Hi, I'm Knight Skimmy80. I'm one of the knights on the Dark and Darker Discord. In the main menu, when you see the Request a Knight button at the top left, it'll send you to the Hall of Knights, and you can place in a ticket. You can fill out the information there, and one of the knights will be able to help you with that. Under Goals section, if you want specifically me, you can just put like you're looking for Knight Skimmy80 or something like that. That being said, all of knights are absolutely fantastic people. I've played with quite a few of them, and there's a whole process of becoming the knight. They're all trusted people. And so, yeah, I'm going to be getting into how to kill a troll because it's something I see quite often. I know there's a lot of guides on it already, but I figured I'd give it my own take. Alright, we're going to be making a quick little guide on the very bare bones minimums of killing the troll. I'm going to be doing this on Warlock. You can do it on plenty of other classes, but this guy's going to be specifically for Warlock. You don't really need any of the gear. Um, The only things you need to be able to cast are Curse of Pain, Power of Sacrifice, and Hellfire. For perks and skills, we're going to be running Torture Mastery, Vampirism, and Curse Mastery. You only need Torture Mastery, but Vampirism and Curse Mastery are definitely going to make it easier. The fourth slot, it's really up to you. Um, Malice, the will bonus can make you kill it a little faster, but honestly, it's not a huge deal. And the speed in which you're killing it shouldn't matter to start off. This guide is to teach you how to kill it, not to kill it the fastest. And in fact, we're going to be doing it in a way that's a little slower. Phantomize is important. It's a little get out of jail free card. But yeah, you just need your spell book. Some boots will help, but you don't need it, as I'll show you when we get in there. But just those spells and perks, and that's all you need. So I'm gonna speed through this next little section, and I'll get back to you once we're there. All right, we're gonna put the boots on just because it makes our life a little easier. Because chances are you're gonna have your own shoes, but we're gonna do it without the clothing on. It slows you down a little bit if you have it on, but the knowledge increases your casting speed, so it's not really. It's an advantage either way, But you can do this with nothing. So starting off, we're gonna walk over towards the store. We're gonna walk past him to the left side, and the reason being is he has two separate attacks. One attacks is a roar, and he does that when you're too far away from him. Or he can start by just immediately running at you, and then after running at you, he's going to do a melee attack. So I'm going to showcase both of these. We're going to run at him. He started with his roar here. That's what it looks like. If he hits you with the roar, it applies a slow, which he'll follow up with a sprint attack, which is a 50-50. He'll either swing high or low. We're going to try this again. We're going to run past him when he roars, and that avoids the roar. I'm going to reset the boss so I can show his other attacks. If he starts with his normal attack, we're just going to, instead of running past him, we're going to back away. A little bit of a reaction test. You're going to have to get used to whether or not he's roaring or attacking. And as we get into this fight, I'm going to showcase you a couple of ways how he works. What's a really important mechanic to understand, though, is that holding S and walking straight backwards is a lot slower than just walking sideways. So A or D. So when we're going to dodge, we're going to turn our camera away and run sideways away rather than just walking backwards. It'll help keep our speed up. That big overhead slam you just saw, that's the next mechanic we're going to talk about. That slam happens after every 3 or 4 attacks. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we know we're going to do the slam now. Now we can do it after just 3 attacks. It's usually after 4, but he can do it after 3. So if you're wanting to keep track when you're fighting him, that's just something you're going to have to keep your eye out for. So for circling left, he'll do only 2 attacks. That overhead, the slam every time he does 3 or 4, but it's the overhead attack and this side swipe. Goes from your left to right, kind of diagonally upwards. So it's that attack and his overhead. If you circle right, which I'll show you in just a moment, there's other attacks he can do as well. Now you can dodge these as well, and circling right is even a faster way to kill the boss, to be honest. Here we are. There's this attack right here. You can combo into 2 hits, as you just saw. You can actually combo even into a third attack. But yeah, like I was saying, it is faster to kill him circling right, but it's adding in more attacks that you're going to have to learn. It's just going to complicate it more. This guide is just to get you into knowing how to kill Troll. Once you've got it down, you can focus on doing it other ways and getting better. All right, I got interrupted on my last attempt, but I'm back. I got a different kind of torch, might be a little brighter, a little easier to see. So, once again, we're going to run past him to the left. We're backing up because he started with a melee attack. If he roared, we would have run past instead. So this is how we would normally start it, where we would put our curses on him for life stealing so we could start hellfiring. But before we're doing that, I'm going to explain a few more things. So the way he attacks, if you're within melee range, he's going to try to melee you. And depending on whether or not you're circling left or right, like I showed you, he'll have different attacks. If you're not within melee range, he'll either run at you or roar, just like that. So every time that he can attack, we want him to be able to hit us. So what I mean by that is obviously we need to be able to get out of range to dodge, but then we need to be able to get back in range in time before he starts his next action. So he can only start his next actions when his animation finishes and he returns to neutral, like he just did. Every time he's neutral, like right here, we want to be able to be within melee range. Every time he is like he's done with whatever animation he completed, we want him to be able to hit us. So as you can see, we're still able to avoid the roars by running past. It's just a bad habit. It's something you want to try to avoid. I mean, when you get really good, you can use it to your advantage when you're getting countered and you're fighting people with the boss. But yeah, so we want to make sure we're getting back in range of the boss. You don't want to do it too quickly because as you just saw, he'll immediately start another attack. We want to give him a chance, basically, to finish his attack and then get back in range. All right, we got interrupted again. All right, so what I was saying, I'm going to showcase it here again. If we come in too quickly, he'll immediately start another attack. He'll combo it up. Or he won't always do it, he can do it, which I'll show you in a moment. Waiting for it to happen. All right, right here. See, he just immediately went into another attack. And that's why you don't want to run back in range too quickly. We want to be able to make sure we're getting out of range and then coming back in range before neutral. And we're getting, everybody's coming along trying to kill Troll today. All right, I'm going to deal with this guy a little bit. But for fighting this boss, I recommend before you start trying to learn how to damage him, learn how to survive fighting him. This guy's making this a little complicated. But what I mean by that is we're just going to mostly focus on avoiding the boss's attacks rather than trying to do damage at first when we're just learning. So once you get really good at it, you can even sit here and fight people with the boss. Got a little lucky right here. All right, we're just going to kill this guy so we can get along. Oh, there's another guy up top too. All right, hold on. I'm going to have to come back to this. And another guy. All right, well, we're healing up on the boss. And like I was saying, we're just practicing right here, just dodging the boss's attacks. We're not really focusing about damaging him. We're just dodging his attacks. Getting used to this little rhythm, this little dance of coming out of range, coming back in range before he gets back to neutral. Remember, if you do it too quickly, which is a mistake a lot of people make, as soon as they dodge the attack, they want to sprint right back in. You want to, there's a little bit of time where you want to wait and then come back in. Now on those vertical hits like you saw, if we're doing melee, if we're killing him with melee, you can hit him in the head on those verticals. When he does the side swipes, you can hit his hand. If you're really confident, you can hit his head with it once you get the timing really down. I don't really recommend it starting off like I'm showing here, but it's an option once you're getting a little better. But yeah, the main goal we're going to be addressing in this is how to do it with Hellfire spam. I'm going to show you how to do it with melee as well. Alright, hold on. I got to deal with this guy. Alright, I have been struggling to catch a break here. But I'm going to be showing how to do this troll again. Alright, again, like I've been showing, we're running past. And then if he melees, we just got to back up. So like I was saying, I just want you to constantly be practicing this little dance. Once you get this down, it'll be a lot easier to learn how to sneak in damage. If you're learning how to do both at the same time, you're going to be tripping yourself up, trying to focus on too many things at once. I just recommend learning how to dodge these attacks, just like I'm showing. And then once you're comfortable with this, you can move into learning how to kill them. So right here, I'm just putting curses. We're going to be moving slower because we're casting spells. So this just kind of shows you, like, you can do this as any class. Like, if you can do this while slowly casting spells, you can do this as anybody in heavy armor or whatever it is. Now, obviously, the timing's a lot tighter. But we're just going to be spamming these Hellfires to kill this boss. I'm going to show another example after this. I'll let the game audio play so you can hear it. All of his attacks have different audio cues. But I'm just going to walk through this fight a little bit more. So here, I'm going to try to get him to roar, just to show you. If he does roar at you, and we've got fast enough reaction time, you can run past him still. Sometimes he skips the roar like you just saw and runs straight into the sprinting attack. If you get hit by the roar or he starts sprinting at you, just hit Phantomize. Don't try to dodge it like the first time I did. It's a 50-50 whether he swings it high or low. But yeah, like I was just showing, if you do get caught by a roar, just hit Phantomize if you're on Warlock. Otherwise, if you're on another class, you're just going to have to learn how to make sure you're not making any mistakes, you're staying in range the whole time so you're not getting roared on. So like you can see here, even when we're slowed, we can still get in and out of range properly. We're just casting in between attacks. Now, if you just jump straight into trying to attack him and kill him with the spells, you're going to struggle with the spacing. And that's why I really recommend learning how to do it without doing any damage, just running back and forth, getting confident, and then you can move into damage afterwards. Hey, look at that. We got pretty lucky. We got some nice drops from this. It's actually a really good cape. All right, I'm going to run to Extractor here real quick, and I'm going to show you again another clip. I'm going to let the game audio play. Just focus on the boss. All right, so first here, I'm just going to kill this boss with spells. I'm going to do another one right after this, showcasing how to kill it with melee. So yeah, I got a little wild there in the beginning. Had to kill a couple people, but just like you saw, that's how a couple different melee weapons I used there to kill the boss. It's really just once you've got the spacing down, you can get it done. Master the spacing, master the little back and forth that you got to do with them, then you can slowly start working and getting your hits in. It's the same with every weapon. Some just have longer range and can hit them a little easier. Some are faster, and you can do all sorts of different things. But for the most part, you can hit his head when he does an overhead, and you can hit his hand or his body when he does a side swipe.